Hey, what's up guys? Today I am going to show you how I have relieved my SI pain. Now, I'm on my third pregnancy, and since my very first one, I have experienced SI pain even after having the baby. And so I've had to learn a few tricks on how to relieve this and keep it at bay. So if you're in need for learning how to relieve that SI pain, stay tuned because this might work for you too. First of all, I want to talk about why do we even get SI pain in the first place? Well, yes, pregnancy can bring it on, but a number of other things can also bring it on, mainly being tight and not being stretched out and limber, especially in the legs, thighs, and the buttocks area. So what I've learned from chiropractors, from seeing holistic doctors and massage therapists, and just basic research is that it really stems from having tight tendons and muscles. And so what I've learned is that you really need to keep some things stretched out and limber. Now you can definitely just apply things to your lower back or the areas that are hurting to alleviate that pain, but it really doesn't get to the source of the problem. And I want to be able to get rid of it so that I don't have to experience it at all. And so that's what I'm going to show you today. Before you jump into doing any of these exercises and stretches, you want to have a warm body. So I suggest doing this either after exercise when your body is warm. It's always good to have a cool down and a stretching period and a foam rolling period of time so that you can get your body relaxed and loosened up and get some lactic acid flowing. Otherwise, do these after having a hot shower or a bath. And if you're taking a bath, I highly recommend soaking in some Epsom salts, adding in some essential oils to enhance that benefit of relieving inflammation in the body, and it really alleviates a lot of that discomfort that you have just by soaking 20 minutes in the tub. Hands down, one of the best ways that I know I can get relief is to just jump in the tub and soak for a little bit. However, that's not going to last for long, but I'll do it to get my body warmed up and then go into my stretches. If you're going to hop in the tub for a little bit and try to get that 20-minute quick relief, I definitely suggest putting in 4 to 6 drops of PANAWAY essential oil or peppermint essential oil. And you can get samples of these from me down below. Click the link and I'll mail it directly to you. Try this out before you even think about investing in it. Another great product that I like to use is called Cool Azul, or the Deep Relief Essential Oil. So if you're on the go, you don't have time to do the stretches, apply either one of these. They have that deep cooling effect to the body where it's going to alleviate that inflammation and reduce that discomfort for you until you can at least get some stretching in your foam rolling in. So highly recommend these two products. They're natural, they're safe, and they work well. Let's go into our stretches then. Our goal here is to relieve our IT band, our adductors, our abductors, our buttocks, and our hip flexors. These all get tight and they're intertwined with each other where they end up pulling and tugging on the muscles around your back, causing you to get pinched nerves, and that's where you're feeling that sharp pain down your leg or having that lower back pain. And so these exercises are going to be really helpful for relieving that. Yes, comment below if you ever heard of the SI pain coming directly from these sources of these tight hip flexors, adductors, abductors, your buttocks, and those areas, because when I've talked to just regular doctors, they haven't necessarily told me that's what's causing it. They've just given me remedies to alleviate the symptoms like Tylenol or ibuprofen. And I really just wanted to get to the source of it. So when I found out why this is really occurring, it solved all my problems and I could actually do something about it. So comment below, have you heard of this before? So let's start with the foam roller. One of these you can pick up Walmart, Target, Amazon. They're super helpful to have and invest in because you can use it for a number of things. Today I want to show you how I'm using this for my SI pain specifically. So we're going to focus on the lower body. All I do is I roll on this in the different areas that I talked about, your IT band, your adductors, your abductors, your buttocks, and your hip flexors. And this is just going to get more of the surface level. I'll talk a little bit about getting deeper into these grooves with a different type of foam roller and even a lacrosse ball. But really this alone can help dramatically. So all I do is I will roll out the tops of my legs. You get your quads good. And then you can get the sides, so you're going to get more of your adductors and your IT band on the sides. Now, believe it or not, these are all linked around to the back of your back, and this is what's causing things to be pulled on and pinch those nerves. And then you want to make sure you're getting your buttocks area. Now, usually 9 times out of 10, this is where I'm feeling the trigger points. What you want to feel for is those tender spots where you can feel it in different areas. And when you get there, just sit on it and relax into it. So like I will feel this all the way down my leg, and especially when I get to my hip flexors, I can feel this tugging on my back when I find that trigger point. So the goal here is to roll around, take your time, and just see where are those tender spots at and where are these trigger points so that you can dig into them and relieve those. They really just need a good stretch or good massage. One more thing with the foam roller is working your adductors, because a lot of times these are tight and it'll either cause issues with your knee hurting or it can stem into your low back. So also rolling these out, you will find tender spots very easily because these muscles and tendons get tight. So I usually can find a sore spot a little bit above my kneecap area, and it's tender, and I'll just sit on that until I can feel that it's getting less tender. Now, like I said earlier, if you want to take this a step deeper and really dig in, I love lacrosse balls for this. You can also pick these up Target, Walmart, Scheels, Amazon. This is really going to be able to get in and apply a very specific amount of pressure to the areas that are bothering you most. I like these especially for getting into the hip flexors, those areas where it's a little more difficult to get in and target them with the foam roller because it's so huge. But because this is smaller, it's almost like a person's pushing on it and pressing into it for you, which is exactly what my chiropractor would do for me when I would go in for relief. So this is what I would do with the lacrosse ball, is just put it on the ground, and then you're going to lay your hip flexor on it, and then you're just going to sink into it, relax into it. And it's kind of painful sometimes, so you have to allow your body to relax into it. Take the pressure that you can handle. Don't hurt yourself. But once you find that spot that's tender, you will feel that hip flexor pulling on the back of your back and even down your legs. And that's when you know you've found it. And that's exactly where you want to be working. So sink into it for about 20 to 30 seconds at a time. Work both sides. And I would do that 2 to 3 times on each side. And if you can, a couple times a day. And the last little stretch I want to show you is stretching out the fronts of your legs. This is really focusing on your hip flexors. It relieves so much. So I'll do this every time after exercising for 20 to 30 seconds, each leg 3 times. And by doing this, if you're exercising 2 to 3 times a week even, that's going to help you with your maintenance and being preventative. So what I would do is I would go up against the wall, and at first when I started doing this, I was not able to get my leg up. I was so tight. I didn't have any flexibility to be able to come up any further than this really. So it's going to take a little bit of time to warm your body up to that. You can hold on to something in front of you, like an ottoman or a stability ball, to help just push yourself up. But you're going to feel that in the front of your leg and down. And as uncomfortable as it may feel, you want to just relax into it. Think of just having dead weight on that leg specifically and relax into it. And you're going to feel that go all the way down the front of your leg. Now this is relieving the muscles and tendons in the back for you. So 20 to 30 seconds like this. As you get more flexibility and mobility in those hip flexors, you can bring it up and take it a little further. Now don't forget, you want to be warm when you're doing this exercise. So those are my 3 tricks that I've learned from my personal experience, having been tackling and dealing with for the past 6 years. It gets better when you're consistent with it, and when you are on top of it. So do it regular 2 to 3 times a week. When you stop, things start to get tight again, and your body's going to go back to have those symptoms again. So foam roll, use a lacrosse ball, and get your stretching in. Don't forget, I love the essential oils because they definitely help with relieving these aches and pains in a number of ways. There's something that you can use on the go, and you can put them in the tub or however you want to use them. I have a whole guide down below on how you can use all of these. And don't forget, you can grab a few free samples from me. I will send these directly to you, and you can try them out for yourself before you even think about investing in them. Comment below, was this video helpful for you? Have you learned or heard of any of these tips or tricks before? What works for you? I would love to hear any of your suggestions that work for you that I may not have covered in this video. If you liked what I shared, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your other friends or people who have issues with their SI pain, and see if it's something that might work for them. Check out the links below, and as always, I love chatting with you, so leave your comments below and say hello. See you next time.